Hey guys, welcome back to the United Star, and we have Rishabh with us, who is ideally the academy guru of Manchester United. So Rishabh, let's straight jump into it. What's your take on the under 23s and under 18s? I mean, under 18s are flying in their league, but under 23s are having and slightly an up and down season.
Yeah, the under 23s, it's always a mixed bag with them. I mean, we've lost players, we've lost Garner, like they've gone on loan, and that's really important for the development. But yeah, the under 23s been a mixed bag in terms of the season. But the under 18s are flying and they're doing really well. And all the incomings that came in the summer, uh, in terms of the youth, have all hit the ground running. Like for instance, we got two fullbacks, a right back from Barcelona, Marc Jurado, and Alvaro Fernandez from Real Madrid. Both of them scored on their debuts. And then Joe Hugill's been on fire, hit the ground running. The same with Charlie Mcneil and this Alejandro Garnacho from Atletico Madrid. He's also come and hit the ground running. So it's like we have good talent, and it's now just up to the club on how they let them develop.
I agree with you, but I'm gonna break this into two segments. So I mean maybe three. So let's first talk about the under 23 level. Um, Magebury. He's been having a good season. I know he got a red card in the last game against West Ham. But what's your assessment on? Let's be specific out here on Magebury. Our new signing Pellistri, who's playing way more under 23 football, which seems understandable. Ethan Laird and Galbraith, because these are the players that we expected to have something to do with Manchester United come the later end of the season.
Yeah, so I'll start off with Maesbury. He's been, I wouldn't like, it's a big transition, even for a player from just moving from under 18s to the under 23, still a big transition. He's taken to it well, and he has been contributing. The red card, some unfortunate things happen. We can't dwell too much on it. But yeah, so he's been great, and I think he'll be a great player in the years to come. In terms of Pellistri coming from Uruguay and Uruguayan league, and even over there he had very little end product, and he's just come to England, and the football is completely different. So starting him in the under 23s is a very sensible decision, and he recently got an assist against. I'm sorry, I don't remember, but he did get an assist for Shota's goal, and
I
that
think
was
it was
great.
against Spurs, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it was against Spurs. Yeah, so that's been great again. Ethan led unfortunate injury, which prevented him from going out on loan. But he made his start recently for the under 23s in the defeat against West Ham. I hope he can get some fitness, and I think it'll be great if he can go on loan in January and actually get some experience under his belt. Because I think he can provide great competition to Aaron Wan-Bissaka.
I think we covered all players there, but let's now slowly shift towards the under 18 because I agree with you when you talk about Magery. I think he's a 17-year-old kid, right, playing at under 23 level. Give him a year or two, and we'll see him blend in well into the first team. Maybe a similar transition as what Greenwood had from the under 23 level to the to the first team because he is a very special player. But let's give this certain player an own segment. He plays against Newcastle, scores two goals at the under 18 level, comes to play on the under 23 level, scores two goals against Newcastle again. What's your take on Hugill's performance this season? He's just come out there and taken over Mason Greenwood's spot, maybe.
Yeah, when he came in from Sunderland, the rumors were going on for a long time in the build up to his transfer to United, and I'd been following it closely. And when he came, I was looking forward to seeing what he's got. So he was nicknamed the modern coming of Peter Crouch. He's very lean and very tall, but yeah, if he's fitting into, like, if you notice our academy football, it has been molded into sort of the style that Ole is trying to build at United, with the intricate passing and the one and two touch, which we are trying to play. And sometimes That's not enough. We need scrappy play as well, and that's the reason for a lot of the struggles in the senior team. And when I see the youth teams, they're trying to implement the same thing. So if they're learning this game early on in their careers, and they when they come into the first team, it's always going to be easier for them to settle in. And Hugill, being the kind of striker who's really tall, I thought that he might struggle because we are not the conventional kind of teams that wish that whip crosses in. But he's come in and he's done great. And I was really surprised when he played for the under 18s, and then under 23 squads are depleted, and he comes in and he scores goals over there as well. Amazing, like really, it's really good from him.
I agree with you. I think what Ole has done, which was lost after Sir Alex's reign, is that he's ensured that the lower level tiers of football, like the under 23s and under 18s, play the similar style of football as the first team. So if they have to make the transition, it's a smooth one, rather than them just jumping into a brand new system. But then again, I mean, there's not much to say about the under 18s, right? They're flying, they're winning almost each and every game that's there. So I'm just going to pick on again three players out here. Charlie McNeil, someone that's been spoken about, the transfer from City to Manchester United, and Dillon Hoogewerf, if I'm correct pronouncing it correctly. What's your take on these two players in specific?
Yeah, starting off with Charlie McNeil, it's great to have him back at the club. And he scored so many goals, and it's almost unbelievable those kind of numbers, even though it is just underage football. And he came to Manchester United again, hit the ground running, and he's been scoring. And he says his idol is Robert Lewandowski, and he's sort of mimicking his game at United. And I really hope that he can be a striker for United in the years to come. And
I
speaking of Hoogewerf, we bought him in from Ajax, and Ajax only picked talented players. And it was really great to have him at the club last season. And he got recognition again the Youth Cup against Chelsea, when he scored a game-winning 2 goals. And now he's again come back from an injury, I believe, and he scored a hat trick today, which is great. And I think the future is really bright for United if we manage the players well.
I completely agree with you because look, when we haven't spoken of so many players, right? We're talking of Charlie McNeil, we're talking of Hugill. We have so many other strikers that are in contention. We have Rashford, Martial, who are also young. So there's a lot of talent at the club. But let's focus a tad bit away from the club to a certain Tahith Chong, who apparently has been compared to Robben during his time at Werder Bremen. And we just thought that, this guy's over. There was a time where Ole was like, "You're out of here. We aren't going to play you anymore." So, what's your thoughts on the players that have gone out on loan? Like Tahith Chong's gone to Bundesliga, James Garner's at Watford, and he's doing pretty well. When we're seeing the communication between him and Mata, where James Garner's like, Mata is someone who has a great footballing brain, which we all know, and Mata saying the same thing about James Garner. So what's your take on Tahith Chong, Dylan Levitt at Charlton, and James Garner at Watford?
Starting off with Tahith Chong, in all the friendlies, the preseason, he was doing really great. And I expected him to have a flying start in terms of the season as well in the Bundesliga. But it's been kind of underwhelming for him because I think the manager is not giving him the chances that he probably deserves. But then again, Werder Bremen are struggling in the Bundesliga right now, and last season they were sort of in the relegation scrap. So I hope that after January, and it's a 2-year loan, so maybe if the manager gets accustomed to Tahith Chong, and he can give him chances, Tahith Chong can develop, because Tahith Chong is not really a youngster anymore. He's 21. So in terms of that, he should have already broken out. But for whatever reasons it's not happening. But I really hope that he kicks on and he can be a good player for us. And then speaking of James Garner, Juan Mata is such a great idol and role model to have for all the players at United. And we've always seen that whenever he's lining up with Donny van de Beek, somebody who also has a superior understanding of the game, they when they both link up, it's like watching those Xavi Iniesta link ups, where they just know telepathically what the other guy is going to do. And if Juan Mata is speaking so highly of James Garner, then surely James Garner is no slouch. He has bags of ability, and he's showing that at Watford. So it's going to be a big season for him. Dylan Levitt, on the other hand, it's been again an underwhelming start. He's getting game time for Wales plenty, and he just tested positive for COVID in the morning today, which is again a setback. But I hope he can really kick on at Charlton.
I get what you're saying, Rishabh, but honestly, I've just stopped liking Wales' potential after Ryan Giggs suggested James to us, and he's just been like a huge flop. I do know Dylan Levitt is someone who we on previous videos have, ranked really highly, but I always thought that it'll be James Garner versus Dylan Levitt. It won't be both of them making it to the first team. And with the way things are going, I think James Garner is having a great season at Watford, and I think his growth will be similar to Dean Henderson, right? Where maybe he stay at Watford if they make it next season into the Premier League and develop as a Premier League player as well. Um, and Tahith Chong, I mean, I honestly don't see him coming back into the side, but he did have a great start. So let's just then get back to two things. The last video we shot, we were talking about the likes of Tieran Mengi, Magebri, all of them making the cut into this Manchester United side this season at some point. Do you think if we secure qualification against PSG come next week and we win that game and more or less confirm that we will be on top of the table, we could see a specific number of kids play against Leipzig? And if so, which ones?
Yeah, if that happens, I think we would get to see a lot of the youngsters against Leipzig. But Ole sometimes he makes questionable decisions in terms of playing the youngsters and playing teams. So I don't expect Magebri to be there anytime soon. Leipzig obviously is coming too soon. So against Leipzig, maybe Pellistri and Tedin Mengi are shouts, and they've already made the bench in a couple of Champions League games. So I think they are shouts for Leipzig if we win against PSG. But if things don't go our way, then again it'll be the first team, and we have to grind for a result.
I think that makes complete sense. I mean, playing the youngsters when we don't have space for Van de Beek to play on a regular basis is, a different topic altogether, but that is what it is. So, Rishabh, as you mentioned, under 23 level, the side is slightly depleted. Anyone going out in Jan on a loan, probably?
I hope Ethan Laird does. And apart from that, I don't see anybody going out on loan.
And any possible incomings or rumors that you've heard about?
Incomings in terms of the academy right now, it's pretty flat
Okay.
because we made a lot of signings for our academy in the summer, so it's understandable. And usually, academy signings are not made midway through the season. So I don't think January will be something great in terms of incomings, but yeah, I hope Ethan Led goes out on loan and does get some experience.
I completely agree with you, Rishabh. I think we've had a pretty good season when it comes to the academies. Under 18s are flying. Under 23s just promoted, are doing reasonably well. I wouldn't say doing the best that they could. But guys, that's about it. You've heard what Rishabh and I think about the academy and our talent in the younger levels. Do check out Rishabh's Instagram page. Link will be in the bio. We'll see you next time. Bye bye.
Hey guys, thank you so much for watching our video. If you do like it, please click on the thumbs up and please subscribe to our channel. Click on the bell icon to get daily notifications from the United Star. Follow us on Instagram at the.unitedstar and we will see you soon.